Hello, welcome to our life. Are you sad? Are you hurt? Are you lost? Are you lonely? Worry no more. You are at the right channel. Welcome to Excuses!
It's me again, Teacher Chomor. In this video, I will discuss about multiplication and division of integers. This time, let us study how to multiply integers using a number line. Let's have example number 1. Suppose we are to multiply 2 and 3. The answer is 6, since 2 times 3 means 2 threes. Demonstrating this using a number line, we have these. Let us plot our first 3, and that is from 0 to 3. Then let us have our another 3, that is from 3 to 6. So the result of 2 times 3 is 6, because it is the same as adding 3 plus 3 is positive 6. Let's have example number 2. What if we have 2 times negative 3 equals what? What do you think is the answer? Now, start at 0 and put two groups of negative 3 in the number line. Let us plot the first group of negative 3 from 0. Then, plot the other group of negative 3. That's from negative 3 to negative 6. So, we stop at negative 6. So, 2 times negative 3 is just like negative 3 plus negative 3. The answer is negative 6. In the previous example, number 2, it was a multiplication between positive and a negative number. Also note that multiplying a negative number from a factor is like switching to its opposite. For example, let's have positive 2. If we multiply negative 1 to positive 2, it will switch to negative 2. So, negative 1 times positive 2 is negative 2. Now, if we multiply negative 1 to negative 2, it will switches to its opposite, which is positive. So, negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Let me show you a good example on how to multiply negative numbers. Example number 3. Suppose you were asked to multiply two negative numbers. Let's say negative 2 and negative 3. Okay, let us plot first negative 2 on our number line. Then multiply it by negative 3. If we multiply negative 3 to negative 2, surely the answer will have an opposite sign. From negative, it will switch to positive. Why? Because multiplying a negative means switching to its opposite. So, negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. Very good. It's time to generate a rule in how to multiply integers. Ruling for multiplication. Number 1. If two positive integers are multiplied, the product is positive. Let's have an example. We have positive 7 times positive 3 equals positive 21. Or simply 7 times 3 equals 21. Rule number 2 for multiplication of integers. If two negative integers are multiplied, the product is positive. Let's have an example. Negative 7 times negative 3 is positive 21. Rule number 3. If a positive and negative integers are multiplied, the product is negative. Let's have an example. Positive 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. Rule number 4. If a negative and positive integers are multiplied, the product is negative. Let's have an example. Negative 7 times positive 3 equals negative 21. Did you get it? Is it easy, right? We must take note. In multiplication, if we multiply positive times positive, the answer is positive. If we multiply negative times negative, the answer is also positive. If we multiply positive and negative, the answer is negative. Or negative times positive, the answer is still negative. Now let's go to the ruling for division. Rule number 1. If two positive integers are divided, the quotient is positive. For example, positive 36 divided by positive 12, the answer is positive 3. Rule number 2. If two negative integers are divided, the quotient is positive. Example, negative 36 divided by negative 12, the answer is positive 3. Rule number 3. If a positive and a negative integers are being divided, the quotient is negative. Example, positive 45 divided by negative 9 is negative 5. Rule number 4 for division. If a negative and a positive integers are being divided, the quotient is negative. For example, negative 36 divided by positive 12, the answer is negative 3. What a piece of cake topic. I know you found it very easy, but I have a question. Do division have similarity in multiplication? Yes, they have. Product and quotient have the same ruling of sign. Let's sum it up. For division, if we divide positive and positive, the answer is positive. Negative divided by negative, the answer is positive. Positive divided by negative, the answer is negative. Or negative divided by positive, the answer is still negative. But what if we multiply or divide more than two factors, does it concern you about what would be the sign of the product or the quotient? With this, Let me help you. But take note, it only applies for a product and quotient with no zero factors. Case number 1. If the number of negative factors is odd, the product or quotient is negative. Example, negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 equals negative 8. The final answer is negative since there are 3 negative factors and 3 is odd. Example for division. Negative 8 divided by negative 2 divided by negative 2, the answer is negative 2. The same as multiplication, in the example of division, there are 3 negative factors. 1, 2, 3. That's why our final answer is negative. Case number 2. If the number of negative factors is even, the product or quotient is positive. Let me show you an example. Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 16. How that can be? In this example, we have 4 negative factors. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 is even. That's why we have a positive answer. Let us multiply it back for you to understand more. Negative 2 times negative 2 result to positive 4 times negative 2 result to negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 2 will result to positive 16. I will give you an example for division. Negative 16 divided by negative 2 divided by negative 2 divided by negative 2. In this example, we have 4 factors of negative, and the final result of it is positive 2. Yes, positive, because 4 is even.
If you find the lesson confusing, feel free to hit the replay button. Replay! 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 Replay!